Hi guys, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jodilee.
And welcome back to By Faith, where, believe it or not, we're already on lesson 5.
Yep.
And it feels like the year just started. Lesson 5, Sunday.
And it's the start of a new week. And today's lesson actually starts with the verse, Isaiah 9 verse 1. And the first word is nevertheless, right? Which is basically like the theme for today. Because what have we been talking about for the last few weeks? Do you remember?
King Ahaz.
Okay, was he a good king?
Bad king.
Cool, so he was a bad king. He made lots of bad choices, and because of him, all his people were actually, like, there was war and there was lots of sadness, okay? And two groups of people that had it really bad were Naphtali and Zebulun, because what the lesson kind of taught me is that they were kind of, from what I understand, the first two groups that were impacted or attacked by Assyria, which obviously was as a result of King Ahaz's bad decision, okay? So they were kind of damaged, and now in Isaiah 9 verse 1 to 5 it says, nevertheless there will be no more gloom for those who were in distress. In the past he humbled the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, but in the future he will honor Galilee of the nations by the way of the sea beyond the Jordan. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light, okay? That sounds familiar, right? Okay, so basically this verse links to something in the New Testament, which Brands will read for us in a few minutes, okay?
I think I know where you're going.
You think you know, okay? So basically, chapter 8 was all about war and destruction when people were looking to man and other gods for help, okay? But chapter 9 is foreshadowing this beautiful event that's going to happen, right? Which links a little bit to, if you watched a few videos ago, a promise. Remember God offered King Ahaz a sign and King Ahaz didn't want it. And what sign did God actually give him?
It's Jesus.
Don't spoiler alert, okay? But yes, he said a child would be born, right? Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So now Isaiah 9 is pointing forward to this event that's going to happen one day, okay? So it's quite cool.
Matthew 2, Nativity, Jesus Christ. Am I right?
It's Matthew, yeah, but it's Matthew 4. But Matthew 2. No, Matthew 2 is the Nativity, so you're right, yeah. The verse we're going to read is Matthew 4.
Oh,
but
yes.
You're right.
But that's what it's pointing to.
Exactly.
It's pointing to Jesus' birth.
Exactly, okay. So that's what you can read for us.
Sorry, is that still a spoiler?
It is a spoiler. You are spoiling, but it's okay.
I'm so naughty today.
Okay, so verse 6 and 7, can you read that for us?
Verse 6 and 7 from Isaiah 9.
Yes.
For to us a child is born, Jesus.
Spoiler!
To us a son is given, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Brandon.
And the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Totally Jesus.
They have to stick around for tomorrow to be sure, right? Okay. But yes, okay, the question in the lesson is saying, who could this be pointing to? Okay.
I wonder.
And yeah, we kind of need to find out, right? So that is what this lesson also points to. So it's in Matthew 4, right? And that's where actually it was familiar, this verse for me, okay? So it's Matthew 4 verse 12 to 25, but we're just going to read from 13, okay? So this is now Jesus in the New Testament. No, just 13 to 15.
13 to 15, perfect. Leaving Nazareth, he went and lived in Capernaum, which was by the lake, in the area of Zebulun and Naphtali?
Yeah, I say Naphtali, but I have no idea.
Naphtali, let's go for it. To fulfill what was said through the prophet Isaiah. Look at that. Lovely. The land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, the way of the sea beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles, the people living in darkness have seen a great light. Sorry, I don't think I was supposed to read that.
No, that's perfect, right? Because that continues.
I'll just finish it then. The people living in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned.
Okay, so
Jesus. Jesus is the light.
Yes, okay, you were right, Brandon. But basically you can see that Isaiah chapter 9 was foreshadowing Jesus coming, okay? And Jesus spent a large portion of his ministry in Galilee, okay? Which apparently, I don't know geography super well, but was Zebulun and Naphtali. That was the same regions. So there's people who had suffered great consequences because of this king who chose to look to man instead of God. So cool. One day later would be blessed and have like this light as Jesus spending time with him. And it's so cool because that's the sign that God gave Ahaz. He's like, one day a child will be born, a virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, right? That's what the prophecy spoke about. So now Isaiah is saying, nevertheless, yes, there's all this mess, there's all this suffering, there's all this pain because a man made a bad choice, right? nevertheless, there's hope for the future. And I think that's something we can take encouragement from. Yes, our life is stressful and there's troubles and there's sin and there's disease, but nevertheless, right, Jesus is going to come. Well, he has come and he's going to come back again to save us, and he's destroyed sin and disease forever.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite an encouraging verse that we can remember. Nevertheless, that's my theme of today. No matter what bad happens, nevertheless, Jesus came. So yeah, that's my thoughts for today.
Great stuff. Wow, I think this is so beautiful. It's so exciting. It's like God never forgot. And this is hundreds of years later, you know. But he kept the promise.
Amen.
And it's not like he just left them waiting. He still had the prophet Isaiah there. He was with them and he was talking to them, and they were giving him counsel and advising them. And God was helping them throughout the time. But he sent his son.
Amen. That's awesome.
Prayer?
Yes, I'll close quickly in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you so much that no matter what we go through in this world, whether it's sin, disease, death, pain, nevertheless, Jesus came for us and he died for us. And one day we can go to heaven with him forever. Lord, that's such an amazing hope. Help us to hold on to it no matter what the day holds us. Amen.
Amen. Bye, guys.